Hey there folks, Rinium T here, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies, part of the Apollo Justice Trilogy. Thank you Capcom Creators for the code. That's where we started up the game, and, well, there was a bombing. And, yeah. This poor innocent girl has been accused of doing it. But we kind of saw the video at the start. But anyway, she's back in the courtroom, very upset. Ginny! Hi, Dina. She looks even worse off than before. Don't worry, Ginny. We're here for you. Thanks, Dina, and I'll do my best to... You blew out the courtroom because you bear resentment against the courts, correct? No, of course not. What's that you say? I can barely hear you. I haven't done anything wrong. This prosecutor's scary.
Objection!
One impudent little girl, stop acting innocent. Tell the truth. This is getting ugly. You rearmed the bomb because you wanted to blow up the courthouse. Admit it. That's why you went to the lobby where Mr. Justice was. Isn't that right? Mr. Wright, can I go give that prosecutor a smack? What? Oh, of course not. Do we have to review courtroom manners 101 again? You can't let a creep that bullies innocent girls like this off so easily. I haven't forgotten about how he treated you. Don't worry about me, he just helped Jenny! Her heart's crying out. She's so scared. So very scared. Looks like Athena's picking something up with her heightened sense of hearing. And it sounds like this time it's the voice of Miss Woods' heart. Don't deny it. You stole the remote switch and used it in the courtroom, didn't you?
Objection!
Your Honor, please put a stop to this. Mr. Payne is badgering the defendant. Yes, Miss Woods does seem quite frightened. Mr. Payne, I ask that you behave more like a gentleman. Ah, but don't you know, Your Honor, there is no more a gentle man in this world than I. As if a gentleman or even a gentle man would behave like he does. Don't let that rope ruffian win. How dare you call a gentleman such as I a rude ruffian? I'll have you know I attend manners class every Saturday. I'm more than mere gentleman. I'm a genteel man. Not when you're terrorizing a young lady, you're not. I'd demand my money back from that manners class if I were you. Ugh. I should probably be the adult here and stop the two of them, but... Mr. Payne, that will be enough. Certainly, Your Honor. No further questions. Let's move on to the defendant's testimony. Ms. Woods, please share with the court what you were doing when the bomb went off. Witness testimony. When the bomb went off. Well, that day, I was watching from the gallery. The bomb went off. And rubble started falling. It fell on top of me. Jenny's clearly in pain being forced to recall the bombing like this. She can't even get her words out. This isn't gonna work, so what now? Hey, wait a minute. Even if she can't vocalize what she wants to say, we can listen to what's inside her heart. Yes, now's the perfect time to use Athena's power. You can hear it, can't you, Athena? The cries of Miss Woods' heart? Yes, and they sound incredibly strained. She's so scared. I think she could collapse at any second. Athena has a unique ability, you see. With her finely tuned sense of hearing, she can hear the words of a witness's heart. In essence, she can sense how a person is really feeling from the tone of their voice. Guess it's all up to Athena and her special ability now. Athena, I want you to use the analytical psychology you studied and listen to the testimony of Miss Woods' heart. Okay, boss. I'll give it a go. After all, this is the whole reason I put all that effort into studying analytical psychology. Yes, let's do this! So your holographic thingamabob could show us how Miss Woods is feeling, right? In a nutshell, yes. The emotions and images that I picked up on just now while listening to her testimony, I can enter all that into Widget and use the move matrix to analyze them. These move markers here reflect fluctuations in Junie's emotions. When she feels happy or is enjoying the memory, the happy marker will light up. When she feels angry or frustrated, the angry marker will react. When she feels sadness or is frightened by a memory, the sad marker will blink. And when she feels surprised or confused, the surprise marker will let us know. So with your special ability in Widget's Mood Matrix program, we can track how Miss Woods is feeling as she testifies. Talk about the wonders of technology. Yep, now let's give it a shot. Pick you up on some kind of discord or noise in Junie's heart. See here? This is what the noise looks like in the Mood Matrix. There's a lot of inconsistencies between her testimony and her feelings. If we can pinpoint these inconsistencies, the noise level should drop. Okay, it's time to listen to Miss Woods' true testimony. Well, that day, I was watching from the gallery, and the bomb went off, so surprised. And rubble started falling. Fell on top of me. I think I have a good grasp on Junie's emotional state now. The power of Athena's is incredible. And I'm seeing unexpected emotion that's inconsistent with the content of her testimony. What? Already? It fell on top of me. Look at this! When she says it fell on top of me, the happy marker is reacting. Oh, look at that. That is odd. There must be a reason for this contradictory emotion. We just need to do some digging. If you find unexpected emotion, you'll first need to pinpoint L1 it, and then select the unexpected emotion and reaction from the 4 move markers with X. Pinpoint.
Got it!
It wasn't letting me move at all. I guess it did. Widget is registering joy when Ms. Woods recalls the rubble falling on her. There must be a reason for this unexpected emotion. Ms. Woods, as rubble was falling, was there also something that made you feel happy? What? Mr. Wright, the feeling of happiness is spreading throughout Junie's heart. Keep going on this plane. I bet Junie will start to calm down. Great, let's hear what she has to say. Just as I was about to escape the courtroom, the bomb went off. I was so startled. I tripped. And then rubble started falling on top of me. I really thought I was done for. But just then... Whoa, that's fascinating. Back. Apollo came and rescued me. Apollo? He used his own body to shield me from the rubble. So that's when he sustained those injuries. How do you feel, Junie? Did talking about Apollo give you some courage? Yes, Apollo is just like the sun's strong and bright and warm. Just talking about him makes me feel like a leaf undergoing photosynthesis. Ugh. And see? Your coughing stopped all of a sudden. Oh, you're right. Thank you, Athena. Looks like we're able to draw out some new testimony. Pretty neat, huh? There's still some noise left, meaning there must still be some discord in Junie's heart. I guess we'll have to keep going then. Let me input this new information and update the moon matrix, and we'll be good to go. I remember what to do, right? When I find an unexpected motion, I should first pinpoint it. That's right, and then you select it from the move markers with X. Don't find a reason for the discord in our heart. Then we should be able to draw we should be able to draw even more new testimony out. I tried to run, but I was too slow. Before I could get away, the bomb went off. I was so startled I tripped. Then rebels started falling on me. Thought it was done for. But then Apollo came and rescued me. I can sense some discord in Ginny's heart when I listen to her voice. Must be an unexpected emotion here somewhere. When you find an unexpected emotion, pressing a pinpoint it, blah 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 blah. But unexpected emotion reform, markers with X. Alright. Listening back. Okay, it'll actually let me change it this time. The unexpected is the, sad? I think here? Got it! You were happy when Mr. Justice rescued you, weren't you? Yes, I was really happy. But was there also something you felt sad about at the same time? Sad? The reason I ask is, when you were describing how you were rescued, we sensed a little sadness, too. Oh! I think it's probably because of Bumrap Rennie. Bumrap Rennie? Oh, what do you know? Something new. That's right. I brought my stuffed animal, Bumrap Rennie, to watch the trial with me. Bumrap Rennie and Phony Fancy are brothers. No one knew that the legal world could conspire a whole line of merchandise. I had Bumrap Rennie with me while I was watching the trial. It wasn't until Paul saved me that I realized I'd lost him as I was running away. My poor Rennie, I'm a victim of that terrible bomb. Oh, I know. You can see what he looks like in this poster. It's for the campaign to eradicate fake evidence and false charges. Phony, Fancy, and Bumrap Rennie, huh? Nothing against the campaign, but why an elephant and a rhinoceros? Mr. Wright! I don't sense any discord in Jeannie's heart anymore. Well, I guess that means we managed to draw all of her testimony. That's right! I'll just make an update with the new info and we'll have the whole picture. So do you think her new testimony will help? Absolutely. I don't know what I would have done without you, Athena. So Bumrap Rennie was in that courtroom when the bomb went off. Now that we know that, it changes the meaning of that other piece of evidence. All I have to do is present it. At the right statement. Aha, I came impressed. Watching from the gallery with Bumrap Rennie, I tried to run but it was too slow. Before I could get out of the courtroom, the bomb went off. I was so startled I tripped, and rebels started falling. I thought it was done for. Apollo came in, rescued me. That's Judy's complete testimony. Not bad, huh, Mr. Wright? I should focus on the new statements Ms. Wood made. The existence of Bumrap Rennie should turn things around in our favor. Changes the meaning of a certain piece of evidence we already have. All I have to do is present it at the right statement. I feel like it's this one.
Objection!
Ms. Woods, yours. No. I had no idea. Was not that one. Ginny, are you alright? Mr. Ray, why are you badgering Ginny like that? I was trying so hard not to. You're right, if you could refrain from badgering your own client, please. You know, with the new facts we learned from Ginny's revised testimony, I'm sure we can find inconsistent with a piece of evidence we already have. First, take another look at the evidence. The tail, I guess. Oh, wait! Hold up! This has a tail, too.
Objection!
Miss Woods, I know this trial's been very hard for you, but you can relax now. You are, without a doubt, innocent. Mr. Wright, what wild assertion are you making now? My wild assertion is simply this. The two stuffed animals were mixed up. The tail the defendant's fingerprints were found on wasn't that a phony fancy. It was the tail of her gallery companion, Bum Rap Riney.
Objection!
What nonsense is that? I can see they're both stuffed animals, yes, but they're completely different characters. An elephant and a rhino. They're so as distinct as a defense lawyer and a prosecutor. But are they really so different? Both defense lawyers and prosecutors strive to protect the peace through law. Even elephants and rhinos have some similar characteristics. They're both gray, for example. Anyway, this poster is all I need to prove my assertion to be true. If I may direct the court's attention here, you'll clearly see how the two got mixed up. The tail... Well, would you look at that? The two tails are exactly the same. Yes, exactly. The two stuffed animals are based on entirely different animals. But the design of the tails is exactly the same. Order! Order in the court! As long as the possibility exists that the tail belongs to Bum Rap Riney, we can no longer consider it to be decisive proof that the defendant handled the bomb. Thanks, Dan. I consider the charges against the accused unsubstantiated. Would you agree? Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Payne? Yes, of course, Your Honor. Oh, that was great, Mr. Wright. You turned things right around. Yeah, it's not over yet, but at least we managed to hold out this long. I believe that brings our proceedings for the day to a close. Mr. Payne, I'm afraid you have some serious investigating ahead of you. Yes, Your Honor. Very well. Let's reconvene tomorrow. Court is adjourned. To be continued, right? Whatever, the last video was getting long. December 17th, 11:56 a.m. District Court. Defendant. Lobby. Number 5. That's too slow. That was so exciting, boss! We did it! True to form, you managed to just barely pull it off at the very last moment. True to form? Gee, I never knew you had such a glowing opinion of me. Thank you for everything you're doing. You did great, Miss Woods. You really stuck it out. And you got really brave at the end, just when we needed you most, Ginny. Thanks to you, we were able to turn things around. Well, you were the one who gave me that courage, Thena. Really? Thanks. Be honest, was I any help at all? Of course. Without you, we would have never gotten out of that tight spot. That's good to hear. I may still have a lot to learn, but you can bet I'm gonna give it my all. I'll be so good that one day you'll call me your partner. And that's what I like to hear. Analytical psychology, the ability to solve the riddles of a person's heart. Thena's true potential is beginning to really shine through now. Hey, where's Apollo anyway? Good question. Almost forgot about him. I assume he'd still be in here and still be here in the lobby. Oh, I know. Maybe he's still in courtroom number 4. Courtroom number 4? What would he be doing at the scene of the explosion? When I came out to the lobby to rest, I told Apollo about Bum Rap Riney. I told him I dropped Riney in the courtroom as I was trying to escape before the blast. And then Apollo said he had an idea where Riney might be, so we went to take a look together. Huh, I guess Apollo can be pretty nice when he wants to be. So you went looking for Riney together before you were called back into courtroom number 5? Yes, I'd had some time to rest, so I was able to go and look for him. But then they called me into courtroom number 5 to testify. Apollo insisted on staying there, though. All those injuries? I wonder how he's managing. I think Apollo might have figured something out. Wonder what it was. He told me I'm gonna look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper. Just maybe he found some new piece of evidence? Anyway, we better go and get him. Good idea. December 17th, 12:11 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 4.
Where are you, Apollo? Trial's over for today. Come on, I know you're... No.
To be continued. Yeah, the last video was getting long, so I don't feel bad. Wow. It took me by surprise. Continue. December 18th, 9:34 a.m. District Court. Defendant lobby number 5. This isn't exactly how I envisioned the second day of this trial to start. But given how things ended yesterday... Good morning. The mood sure is tense. Not that that's any surprise. Oh, hey! Did you read the paper this morning, boss? Huh? The paper that came out of left field? You didn't read it! You don't know the big news! Somebody spotted an abominable spillman way up in the mountains. Tell me you know there was gonna be a paper in the tabloid, Athena! It might show up in the forest where you live, Ginny! You better watch out, okay? You really should read the story for yourself. I couldn't even begin to do it justice. Justice? Huh? Oh, poor Apollo. It's all my fault. Dana! Oh, Jenny, what was I thinking? I'm so sorry. We found yesterday was not Apollo's dead body. Thank goodness. He'd been assaulted by someone with a blow to his head and was lying unconscious. We rushed him to the hospital right away. It looks like he's gonna pull through. But it was still quite a shock to stumble onto a scene like that. Is Miss Woods alright, Athena? Well, I managed to get her to stop crying. Now she's resting on that sofa over there. I guess she really feels responsible for what happened to Apollo. Poor Junie. He believes that the reason Apollo was attacked because he was helping her look for something in that courtroom. Oh, guess I can see why she'd think that. By the way, how are you doing? Who? Me? Yeah, you know, you. Yeah, you. I know you're concerned about Ms. Woods, but are you alright? Me? I'm just doing just fine, boss. I mean, yeah, it was a huge shock, but I'm alright. People who study analytical psychology are great at times like this. Like these. After all, they've learned how to control their own emotions, too. Somehow, I don't think it's as easy as she makes it sound. But there's no denying she's a real trooper. Apollo doesn't remember a thing, does he? Yeah, he can't recall anything from the time right before he was assaulted. Nothing about what he was doing in courtroom number 4 or who assaulted him. Doctor said it's probably due to that hit he took to the head. Assaulted in a court of law and losing your memory at that. You know how that feels. But who in the world would do such a thing, huh, Mr. Wright? Ah! Just wait till I get my hands on the coward who hurt our Apollo. Now, Athena. I thought you said you were in control of your emotions. It's just because I'm helping Ms. Woods, okay? I mean, I'm just as upset as you. Okay, boss. You're right. Apollo's assailant can wait until after we clear Junie's name. That's the spirit. Now, let's see. Better check the court record one more time before the trial starts. Earth to Mr. Wright! I'm ready whenever you are! Alright, let's get ready to rumble. You bet! Everything that happened with Apollo, I didn't have time for a proper investigation. I can't let that stop me, though. I have to get this right for Miss Wood's sake, and Apollo's too. December 18th, 9:50 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 5. Wow, I got it right. Day 2, court is now in session. All rise. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Juniper Woods. Now the prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is also ready, Your Honor. Now then, I believe I instructed the prosecution to further their investigation. Were you able to locate the remote switch in question? I'm afraid the remote switch is still missing, Your Honor. I must say I'm disappointed, Mr. Payne. Not angry, just disappointed. I apologize, Your Honor. Aha! Looks like the prosecution is just as unprepared as I am. There is a separate matter, however, that I would like to bring up during this trial. A separate matter, you say? What might that be? I assume you're aware that another incident occurred during yesterday's trial. I'm speaking, of course, of the assault on Mr. Justice in the ruins of courtroom number 4. Uh-oh, why is he bringing that up? Yes, what a truly harrowing experience it must have been. Poor Mr. Justice. At the time of the attack, Mr. Justice was not alone. He was with the defendant, Miss Juniper Woods. He isn't going where I think he's going with this, is he? The prosecution was to indict Ms. Woods on the charge of Mr. Justice's assault. Order! Order in the court! I miss order. Mr. Payne, the incident is under deliberation here in the courtroom bombing. The assault on Mr. Justice has nothing to do with this trial. But I believe there is a connection between this case and Mr. Justice's assault. Please take a moment to consider these facts. Both events occurred in courtroom number 4. It's the location in courtroom number 4 where the unconscious Mr. Justice was discovered. As you can see, it's quite close to where Detective Arm's body was found. Because there's not much room? The question is, why did the culprit feel the need to maliciously attack Mr. Justice? Why indeed? What do you believe their motive to be, Mr. Payne? I believe Mr. Justice found something in that courtroom when Ms. Woods was with him. Evidence that fingered her as the perpetrator of the bombing. You mean he found some incriminating evidence? Precisely, and so I surmise the defendant picked up a piece of rubble and hit Mr. Justice on the back of the head in order to silence him.
Objection!
Judy would never do such a thing. She was devastated when we found Apollo hurt like that. Miss Sykes, please control your outbursts. It is the prosecution's belief that by deliberating on Mr. Justice's assault, you'll draw ever closer to the truth of the courtroom bombing itself. Very well. Ms. Woods is hereby officially indicted on the charge of assaulting Mr. Justice. What? Why are you listening to Mr. Toupee over there? Although, during our conversation yesterday, I think Apollo might have figured something out. Wonder what it was. He told me, I'm gonna look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper. Maybe the two incidents really are related after all. I would like to start by hearing from the defendant herself. Very well, bailiff. Please bring Ms. Woods to the witness stand. I am sorry. I can't seem to stop. Ms. Woods, if she's still really upset about Apollo. Ms. Woods, you went to the ruins of courtroom number 4 with Mr. Justice, did you not? Yes, I did. Good, good. If you would, then please testify about what happened to the court. Witness testimony. Alone with Apollo. During the trial yesterday, I was overcome by a fit of coughing. Apollo stayed with me and we went to the courtroom ruins together. But then I was called back to this courtroom to give testimony. Apollo insisted on staying behind in courtroom number 4. I swear I didn't attack Apollo. Why would I ever hurt such a kind person? So Mr. Justice stayed by your side while you were feeling unwell? What an admirable young man. I thought his loud voice was his only outstanding feature. He may look a little imp at times, but Apollo can be really nice too. Hope she didn't hurt her wrist back handing that one out. But one has to wonder, why did Mr. Justice stay behind in the ruins? I think Apollo might have figured something out. Something? What kind of something? Something to do with the courtroom bombing, kind of something, I think. Oh, new evidence for the case, was it? That's a very big kind of something indeed. I believe so. He mentioned looking for some evidence when I was called away.
Objection!
Just as I thought. There is a connection between the two incidents. The defendant has told a very big lie, Your Honor. What lie is that? When she learned Mr. Justice would be looking for evidence, she attacked him. She attacked him to give herself the chance to destroy that evidence. No, I never...
Objection!
Ms. Woods repaid Mr. Justice's kindness with a violence. We found the proof of her foul deed there in the courtroom ruins. What on earth? You see that? There in front of Mr. Justice's right hand. Witness the message he left us. It's written in blood. W-O-O-D-S? Why isn't that... That's right, Your Honor. It says Woods in capital letters. What? I submit that Mr. Justice left us with the name of his attacker before he fainted. Oh, there's a solo photo, but we didn't see anything like that. No, that can't be true. Why would Apollo write my name? Mr. Wright, that's none of him leaving that message. Why would he do this? Hey, don't take it on me. I don't understand it any more than you do. I discovered Apollo yesterday. Apollo. No. We didn't even have a chance to rush over to him. As soon as security heard a female scream, they ran in and cordoned off the area. After that, they were in courtroom number 4 with Apollo the whole time. We couldn't investigate anything ourselves and had to leave everything to the police. Still, I never thought they would find some bloody writing there. Now then, please begin with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Alone with Apollo. Yesterday I was overcome by a fit of coughing. You always cough when you get nervous, Miss Woods. Yes. Mr. Wright, please do not make Miss Woods nervous by pressing her so ruthlessly. That barely even qualifies a quasi-question. Let's help her relax with a little small talk before we dive into the cross-examination. You know, ask her about her hobbies and her crushes and stuff. Her crushes? Really? I don't know about this. Apollo stayed with me when we went to courtroom ruins together. Why exactly did you go to the courtroom ruins? We went to look for my medicine to stop my coughing. Your medicine? Why would your medicine be in courtroom number 4? I dropped it in the heat of the moment. Wright, he was keeping my medicine safe for me. He has a little compartment that I can put things in, you see? If only Fancy has the same type of pocket, that's where the bomb was inserted. I had put my medicine for my coughing fits inside Wright. When I told Apollo about it, he said he'd help me go look for him. There was so much rubble in there. I was worried, but there was no rubble or anything in front of the witness stand. When we got inside, Apollo went straight there and started looking for my Rennie in that area. It was so nice of him to do that for me, in spite of all his injuries. Apollo was so strong and kind, just like the trees of the forest. The way she makes him sound, you'd think Apollo was some kind of ancient god. Oh wait. So that's why you went to the ruins, I see. That seems to be quite an important fact. Please add to your testimony, Miss Woods. I'll start by looking for bone rub right near a witness stand where there was no rubble.
Hold it!
The area around the witness stand? Are you sure about that? I'm sorry, did I see something wrong? No, of course not. I was just testing my hearing. Must not upset her. Must not upset her. Yes, I'm sure that's where we search first. I was called back to this courtroom to give testimony.
Hold it!
That was when you were called to the stand after Mr. Tonate's testimony, right? Yes, the bailiff came to courtroom to reform and brought me back to this courtroom. And what about Mr. Justice? Did he come with you or did he stay behind? Well, insist on staying behind.
Hold it!
So wish I could change the text speed. Arrgh! Better not ask her about Apollo. I know. I'll use small talk here to get her to relax a bit. Do you have any hobbies, Miss Woods? Hobbies? Well, I love growing vegetables in my garden. And I love to knit. I like sewing too. I made this outfit myself. Keep it up, Mr. Wright. It's working. Now ask her if she has a crush on anyone. So, is there anyone in particular you like right now?
Objection!
Mr. Wright, is that a good question even remotely related to this case? This case? Not really. Mr. Wright, you refrain from asking questions unrelated to the case at hand. I'm sorry, Your Honor. -1 to brownie points. Miss Woods, please continue with your testimony. I believe you're telling the court about your attack on Mr. Justice. I swear I didn't attack Apollo. Why would I ever hurt such a kind person?
Hold it!
So you think Mr. Justice is kind? Yes, very kind. He rescued me. He's like the sun, strong and warm. He makes me feel strong too. The only adjectives I associate with sun are sweltering and oppressive. But then Apollo got hurt, and it's all my fault. Judy, Apollo's gonna be fine. He's just like the sun, right? Well, the sun doesn't drop out of the sky. Doesn't just drop out of the sky. You really think he'll be fine? But the sun does go down at night. Means Apollo. Mr. Payne, do not think much of men who make young ladies cry. Ugh. So Apollo was trying to help Juniper. Who knew Apollo could be such a sweetheart? Must have been pretty hard on him too, with all that rubble everywhere. Now that I think about it, there's something odd about what Apollo was able to do. You know, considering what Miss Woods said just now, you're right. That courtroom was in a very unusual state after all. Which leaves the million-dollar question, what would explain this contradiction? Anyway, let's see what happens when I present what I suspect is our answer. Let's see behind. There was no rubble. Is it the diagram?
Objection!
Oh, music stopped. So we started a search with a witness stand, you say? That's right. I guess maybe he wanted to start from the furthest point in the room? He was being so brave. And strong. But that's odd. Under the circumstances, he shouldn't have been incapable of that. But he was! He still is! He might not look it, but he really is brave. And kind too. No, that's not the part I'm finding fault with. Someone has a crush on Apollo. What you're claiming is something that no one should have been able to do. But I should think that anyone can be brave and kind if they want to be, Mr. Wright. True, anyone can be brave and kind, but if you would please take a look at this diagram. With the courtroom in the state, how is it possible to walk up to the witness stand? Oh! I see your point. The rubble blocks off access to the area around the witness stand. There's such a tiny inconsistency even matter. Perhaps the witness is simply misremembering it. Ugh. Great, now I'm not so sure it matters. A real man doesn't make mountains out of molehills, you know. But that's precisely what Mr. Wright does best. I call slander, Your Honor. So, was it really impossible to approach the witness stand? I have to say, it's a bit hard to tell with any accuracy from just this diagram. Mr. Payne, do you have any other photos of the crime scene? Let me see, Your Honor. Yes, I have one more. Here it is. It's a more pulled back version of the photo I presented before. Photo updated court record. Huh? What's that hunk of metal on wheels? Mr. Payne, is the metallic object in that photo of Mr. Tonate's bomb transport case? That's right. Is there some problem? Yes, that transport case was there in courtroom number 4 when the bomb went off. Must have been there ever since. Oh, that's it! Ms. Woods, have you remembered something? Yes, I just realized. Its position. It's different from before. Its position? The position of what? The position of that big metal thing? The bomb transport case. Yes, when Apollo and I went there, it was in a different place. Where the cases in the photo was open space, so it was easy to search the stand. I see. So where was the transport case when you and Mr. Justice saw it? As I recall, I think it was more to the right? To the right? Then that means... In that case, the case was over there at the time of Apollo's attack. Who cares where the transport case was when? What difference does it make? It has nothing at all to do with what we were talking about.
Objection!
Where the transport case has everything to do with this discussion. In fact, it's so important that it's enough to turn the prosecution's argument on its ear. What? Well, that certainly sounds very relevant indeed. And you sound as though you know where the case was at the time of the attack. Yes, Your Honor. This diagram represents the crime scene as shown in the photo. And this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault on Mr. Justice. I have this. The bomb transport case was here at the time of Apollo's attack. Boop, boop. Boop.
Take that!
Your Honor, I assert that this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault. But that's... inconceivable! Ms. Woods, was this where the transport case was when you saw it? Yes! Yes, it's where it was. Thank you, Miss Woods. I'm sure the court has noted an interesting fact about its position. The transport case covers up the writing in blood. Exactly. If the transport case was in that position at the time of the assault, and no message could have been written there because the case was in the way. Which leads us to conclude that Mr. Justice couldn't have left that bloody writing.
Objection!
Why should we believe the defense claimed the case was in a different position? She's obviously lying.
Objection!
The fact that the case was moved after the assault on Mr. Justice is proved by more than Ms. Wood's testimony alone. What? And where is this proof you're talking about? It's right here in the crime photo. I'm keen to see this proof myself, Mr. Wright. But in the photo indicates the transport case was moved after the assault. The wheel marks? Oh, right. The fact there's a wheel mark on the bandage there. Please take a look at the mark that runs over Mr. Justice's bandages here. I see it, but what is it? This mark was made by one of the casters from the transport case carrying the bomb. As the case was moved, it ran over his bandages. In other words, the transport case was originally to the right of Mr. Justice. And after Mr. Justice was assaulted, the transport case was moved. What? Just as Ms. Woods said, the case was covering the writing at the time of the assault. Therefore, it was impossible for Mr. Justice to have left that message in blood. No! You did it, boss! It was a real nail biter, but you pulled it off. Yep, that should bring down the prosecution's claim like a house of cards. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Wright, that was a very clever deduction. It was nothing, Your Honor. Nothing but pure genius. Take that. Boss! I'm sensing a definite smug and bratty vibe coming off of you. I have just one question, Mr. Wright. Which we will ask next time! I think it should be fine. I think there's still more, because we still haven't even started being like, this is who it was, so. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. If you really enjoyed it, consider supporting the channel. All support greatly helps to keep being content like this and more. Find links for that in the description below, along with links to me on social media. So thank you again for watching. Thank you to Capcom Creators for the code. Until next time, this is T signing out. Bye!